Hey there, welcome to another episode of Hang Out with me in my kitchen space. In today's episode, I'm really excited and we're making some watermelon juice. I've been postponing this particular recipe for quite some time, but today is the day. So without further ado, let's get started. So for this particular recipe, you'll only need a watermelon, but you can also add some lemons and I'll explain to you in a few. Let's get to the basics. So let me give you a few tips on how to choose the best watermelon. And first things first, you have to make sure that your watermelon at some patch looks like this. And this means that your watermelon was mature in the garden and it was just sitting like this, waiting to be picked. So never pick a watermelon yenye kila mahali inakaa hivi. This is not a very mature watermelon, but if at all on the base it looks like this is a very good watermelon. Secondly, how to choose a good watermelon, you just give it a few slaps. And I will compare this to kibuyu ya mafuta. And when you slap like this, a kibuyu that is full of water or any other liquid, you don't expect it to sound as if it's hollow. But if you slap an empty kibuyu or an empty container, you expect it to sound as if it's hollow. So for a very good watermelon, it needs to sound as if it's hollow, just like this. Yeah, so that's how you know. And then thirdly, this is the test. You can always do this. So after I picked my watermelon, the watermelon guy was kind enough to kunionjesha, and as you can see, it's very red in color, and this is a good sign. So I'm going to chop off my watermelon. And something else I should let you know, this watermelon I bought it on Wednesday. And by the way, I bought this particular watermelon for 50 shillings. So it has been sitting in my fridge for about 3 days, if I'm not wrong. And so that means that it is already very cold. And this is my argument that if at all you buy a fresh watermelon or any other thing and you want to have it when it is ice cold, it is better off if you buy it in advance, store it in the fridge, and then prepare it when you want to take it, than to prepare it and store it in the fridge so that it can cool down. So as you can see, with the tips that I've already given you, this watermelon is very red. And let me just have a taste there. Ni tamu. So this is where our lemons come in, and you may need them if at all your watermelon is very sweet. Instead of making the watermelon alone, you can add in a few slices of lemon or a few tablespoons of lemon juice just to cut down on the sweetness. So I'm going to proceed to remove this, and then I'm going to be back. So for this particular recipe, you do not need any water, you do not need honey, you do not need any other extra ingredients. And I'm going to add it in here. So after blending it for about a minute, this is what we have, and I can guarantee that this tastes like heaven because you can already see the color. The watermelon was sweet and we've not added any water. So I'm going to taste it and I'm going to serve it here, and then I'm going to know how much lemons I need to add. This is so good. So I'm just going to sieve it because I want everything very smooth, and I'm just going to add about 2 lemons, but sieving is not really necessary. So these are mostly the seeds, of which they are also edible, so you do not have to sieve them. So this is what I'm getting rid of. This. You remember the hack I showed you last year of how to get the most out of a lemon? You just start by doing this, then slice it into halves. And then you need a fork and just do this. And it's that simple. So I'm just going to mix this thing, then and by the way, I bought this particular watermelon for 50 shillings, and I'm going to taste it again. Wow, this tastes so good. Wow. The taste is amazing. Wow. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you learned something new. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye.